that the entire court, at that time court had 13 judges, had assembled to announce its decision. As many as 11 judgments were handed down by 13 justices. The judgments were very erudite, but short on clarity, Nariman says. However, the underlying thread through all the opinions was in favor of Parliament having the power to amend any provision of the Constitution, but in the process could not destroy or alter any basic feature. As summary, H.R. Khanna produced or prepared a summary of the final order, which was signed by 9 of the 13 judges. This statement of 9 judges is also referred to in his book, Working a Democratic Constitution, The Indian Experience by Granville Austin. Friends, though the central government should have been very happy with the verdict outcome of the case, because the majority had overruled Goloknath and had upheld the amendments, nonetheless, the government was certainly not happy with the basic structure theory propounded in Keshavananda Bharati. In fact, the view taken was that by propounding this doctrine, which has become the bedrock of constitutional interpretation in India, the freedom of the government to effectively employ amendments to amend the Constitution was drastically reduced. Therefore, despite the ostentatious victory in the litigation, the government treated it as a legal defeat. Now, friends, this Keshavananda Bharati judgment has not come in a vacuum. It did not come in all of a sudden. Things were brewing up over several years. In fact, this case was the culmination of a serious conflict between the judiciary and the executive government headed by Mrs. Gandhi at that point of time. In 1967, Supreme Court took the rather extreme view in Goloknath that Parliament could not amend the fundamental rights. 2 years later, Mrs. Gandhi nationalized 14 major private banks in the country for paltry compensation payable in bonds maturing after 10 years. In R.C. Cooper, this was struck down by the Supreme Court, although it upheld the right of the Parliament to nationalize banks and industries. Next year, the government abolished the privy purse provided to the princely states. This was challenged in the Supreme Court by Madhav Rao Scindia. This was also struck down by the Supreme Court on the ground that it was a constitutional betrayal of the assurance given to the erstwhile rulers of the princely states by Home Minister Sardar Patel. Interestingly, all these 3 cases were argued on behalf of the petitioner by the great constitutional expert, Mr. Palkyu. Ultimately, the government brought in a series of constitutional amendments to undo Goloknath, to undo very many people, not only from the executive.
We would now like to request Shri Mahbubul Haq Sir, Honorable Founder Chancellor, USTM and Chairman, ERD Foundation, to kindly present the welcome address, sir.
I must consider this day as one of the pleasant day for me. That is the day we are discussing At that time, our enrollment was only 400 plus. Today, it's nearly 6,000 students in this campus. And it was administrative block in the conference room. We are discussing about this initiative. And it was asked all the departments to identify brilliant students or the aspirant of competitive examination, especially for the NET. And I still remember the hall was filled up, nearly 70, 80 students were sitting. And on that day, I have declared this policy, payback policy. It was not written at that time. It was in my mind. So I have announced. Everyone is surprised. Even students were surprised. Is it a reality? He is telling. That one naughty students, brilliant students always sometimes they become naughty. He is asking, sir, अगर हम लोग सब qualify करते हैं तो आप university कैसे चलाएंगे? So this question was needed at that time because I have to give the reply so that it can be clarified. तो मुझे कम टाइम में यही मेरे दिमाग में आंसर आया कि मैं रुमाल लेके अगर नहीं दे सकता हूँ, रुमाल लेके मैं चौराहे में चला जाऊंगा, चंदा लूंगा, and I'll give the satisfaction to you. And students have given a big hand. बहुत हाथ ताली दिया स्टूडेंट्स ने, और हाथ ताली का करिश्मा यही है. We have more than 135 students cracked from the pandemic onwards. When I was receiving so many mails from the students, these students who are sitting with a colorful dress, they are very smart. They said that अभी जब तक chancellor को नहीं लिखेंगे तो भी ये काम नहीं बनेगा. So probably even HOD also instigated them. chancellor को लिखो ना. हाँ, पे बैक करना है, पैसा रिटर्न करना है, किसी को 2,25,000, किसी को 1.5 लाख, किसी को 2 लाख. So they started writing to me, na. Some students are smiling. They have sent mail to me. So I appreciate it a lot. But students are not knowing that what is our background. हमको जब पैसा आने का होता है उससे पहले चेक इशू करते हैं. And continuous development. The auditorium you are sitting, it is all sponsored by students. It is all sponsored by the students. We don't have any other source. We started medical college construction. The one of the idea in my mind, जितने पैसा वाले गार्जियन है उनको सब इस ऑडिटोरियम में बैठाएंगे और दरवाजा बंद कर देंगे और उनको बोलेंगे अभी तो कोई नहीं देखेगा. मैं कभी भीख नहीं मांगता, लेकिन मेरे पेरेंट्स के पास भीख मांगने से मेरा मेडिकल कॉलेज हो जाएगा. So we decided to identify 2,000 guardians, those who are teachers, doing business or doing politics. ऐसे कैटेगरी लोगों को हम लोगों ने आइडेंटिफाई किया. अभी जनवरी में उनको न्यू ईयर में बुलाएंगे और पैसा मांगेंगे. बोले मेडिकल कॉलेज के लिए दीजिए, ये बनाना है, दे देंगे ना. जब पेड़ में लगेगा ना तब वापस कर देंगे. Some students, they started asking, sir, when you are organizing this meeting, my papa wants to come and attend this meeting and to contribute, give a loan to the university, interest-free loan. So you see, I always say students at ERDF institutions are my oxygen. Student nahi hai, I am a completely zero. And I must say my entire team will be zero. So it is your presence. Sir, the students sitting today, not a single senior students are available. They are all freshers. Are you all freshers? Yes, they are all freshers. We have not organized any freshers day also. Why we have been asked to attend this program, breaking your class, so that next time, ये पूरा जो स्टेज है इसमें जगह नहीं होना चाहिए. सारे इस टाइप के अचीवर होना चाहिए. नेट और गेट क्वालिफाइड स्टूडेंट्स. जस्ट वी आर शोइंग दैट हम लोग जो बोलते हैं वो करते हैं. बहुत सारे हमारे स्टाफ अभी मुझे एडवाइस देने लगे, सर अभी हाफ कर दीजिए ना, उस पॉलिसी में आपको फुल पेबैक है उसको हाफ कर दीजिए. मैंने कहा नहीं, हमारा यूनिवर्सिटी के आधे बच्चों को नेट क्वालिफाई करने दो तो मेरे हाफ में उतर आऊंगा. आधा बच्चा 50% of the university students must qualify any of the competitive examination. It is not necessary in NET, SLAT or anything. हमने बोला है कि सिविल सर्विस में फर्स्ट पोजीशन लेके आ जाओ. बाग फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर स्टूडेंट्स, anywhere बाग फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर स्टूडेंट्स? They have not come. Back first semester student, I told, get first position in civil service, I will give Mercedes car. The students again, they are thinking, what is the problem? And any student of this university, if you crack any position in UPSC examination, you will get 10 lakhs rupees. So these are all announcements, उसमें बोनी नहीं हुआ अभी तक, इसमें कुछ नहीं हुआ अभी. So there is every chance, golden opportunity for all of you, and it happens when you have a dream, and when you are nurturing your dream to make a vision, and when there is a vision, you will have a anxiety, you will have a kind of all these other kind of set objectives, so that you can transform your vision into action, and they transform their vision into action. I am so happy. I am worried now that how I will be releasing the salary in the next month. उसलिए 3 दिन पहले बड़ा अच्छा बैलेंस था. It is in the form of CR ना, CR. अब रुपीस में आ गया ये. जब चेक दिया तो अकाउंट ऑफिसर ने बोला सर अभी तो ठीक है, but no issue. This is our pleasure. This is our success, and success gives the satisfaction. Satisfaction gives the life. ये हमारा लाइफ है, हमारा सबका लाइफ है. तो congratulations all the students, you have done extremely well, and certainly you will have a belongingness with your institution, with your alma mater, and all you have received the degrees, and probably you are all working in various institutions. We need not stop it here. Any kind of services in the coming days, in your future career, for the growth, for higher education, please be in touch with your teachers. And today also it's my request, my appeal to all the teachers, we must be more aggressive. I have seen in many departments, net classes are not gone very seriously. It was the seriousness that it has shown the fruits. If we are today serious, we are showing more seriousness. Tomorrow you will see, next year will be our result will be better. So it is not only that you will be taking classes and student will be showing the result. It is your motivation. It is the environment you will be creating in the department that students are attending classes. What we have asked the students, so we are saying, sir, we will be very much thirsty. हम लोगों को भूख लग जाएगा 4 बजे के बाद. Then we have offered the snacks in the evening, 4 to 5 in front of amenity center. This way we encourage the students. We should not demoralize. We have to continue such kind of environment so that our more and more students who are joining master degree especially, what is their future? Either they have to do B.Ed or they have to qualify NET. Otherwise they will not get any job. So most of the brilliant students, day by day we are getting brilliant students here. Their percentage is more than 80%, 70%. We have to show them path so that they can crack competitive examination in our university. And you see, we are dreaming to make this university A++ by 2026. If we want to make it really, we have to achieve at least minimum 40% students. Our 40% student must crack competitive central government, competitive state level, competitive examinations. That is one of the mandatory criteria minimum. Today's benchmark is 40%. Tomorrow, maybe next year, maybe it may be 50%, because other universities, they are doing well. There is a university in Chennai. They are nearly 35% students, they crack the NET and SLAT examination. So we have to work more. I am very grateful that within a short notice, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Naluja and Honorable Vice Chancellor of Tripura University and our also esteemed university, they are on the way from the airport. They will be joining this program and they will be blessing you.